welcome to Definitely Not a Grifter Central. I am here to talk to you about cancel culture and how it affects you. I'm your host, Jake Rivard, and joining me today is obviously Tom. Unfortunately, Maddie cannot be with us this week, so instead we've decided to bring people that are somehow so much worse. I'm happy to introduce the Unsung Octopi podcast members, Adriana and Sean.
Hi, I'm the female demographic poll.
We have to have at least one woman on all the time or else we get sued and canceled, which we're working on getting canceled, but we'll see how long it takes.
I think it's like more than halfway there, personally.
So I want to kick this off with something very fun that just popped up on my Twitter feed. TSN, Jonathan Toews isn't thrilled about the idea of a rebuild. Here's his quote. We're talking about a 5+ year process, according to Kyle. So that part of it doesn't sound appealing to me at all.
Retire, Black Bones. Retire.
Honestly, just do it.
You know what he should do is just like pretend like it isn't happening. Like he pretended the Kyle Beach thing didn't happen.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, seriously. You can't feel bad for Blackhawks fans.
No, I haven't.
I feel bad for the fans, kind of. Not the shitty ones, like the ones that are like just fans because they're from there and they actually don't care for the way things have gone.
I'm gonna be honest,
like outraged about it too.
They're all right people, but I still am not a fan of Chicagoans.
After we posted the Blackhawks episode, we were getting like hate mail and hate replies for people trying to say that the Kyle Beach thing didn't happen. So like,
really?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
What the hell?
And like, to me, I was thinking about it and I'm like, there's a very distinct difference in culture between these two fan bases and between these two teams. When the Red Wings had Mike Babcock being like just a complete pile of dog shit to Johan Franzen, every single leader in that locker room immediately went to Ken Holland and were like, hey, this is messed up. We got to get rid of this guy. Like he's being a scumbag.
And he's talked about it since in the media. Chris Chelios talked about it extensively.
Yeah, I mean the way Babcock handled like Mike Modano and all these other guys.
Not to mention Detroit was really calling him out even when he was in all that hot water with Toronto.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like how much really translates to being a piece of shit when you're called out 12 years ago. It's God knows how long ago now. And then again in Toronto, of all places.
Like the most toxic place.
If you thought Montreal or Vancouver were just destroying the city because they lost in the Stanley Cup final, this is where it's at.
Here's the deal. You have to pick a head coach from one of these three. Mike Babcock, Patrick Waugh, or John Tortorella. Who do you pick and why?
Fuck.
Waugh.
Waugh? Oh, you're so bad.
But crazy goalies.
Honestly, just because it would be the funniest of the three options. They're all dog shit, but it would be the funniest of the three options.
Yeah, Babcock honestly just takes himself too seriously for that. Yeah. So I would rather take Waugh.
At least in the Unrivaled documentary, Patrick Waugh did show a little bit of growth and a touch of humility, which I not admire, but like it's cool.
You know who? Like the thing is, like I hate Patrick Waugh less, and I hate Claude Lemieux a little less. But you know who I hate more now is Adam Foote. What a baby! Holy cow!
You're just now hating Adam Foote.
Well, I didn't really hate him that much. I just disliked him, but he was such a baby on that documentary.
Such a bitch.
Holy cow. He's just whining and whining. It did Kozlov hit. I'm like, dude, you tried to run him into the boards. Of course he's going to retaliate.
I'm a little Russian guy. I've never fought. Oh, please.
I forgot about that already.
Forever respect grumpy old ginger Uncle Chris for... No, I don't forgive him.
What did he say? He's like, I'm just a little too busy right now.
I'm too busy. I don't think I'd ever want to get to know him.
Right. It's like, oh yeah, that's the same energy as like, oh, can you stop by the grocery store? No, I'm a little too busy right now. Like that exact same like level of casual indifference.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I got a report due.
So today's main segment is a little fun because we're going to be mean. We are very good, I've learned, when we're mean. And this is why I brought two very mean people on here. Actually, one of these people was so mean that they were temporarily banned from Twitter, put in jail for a week.
And then
Yeah,
went
what
on
was
the
with
show
that?
Twitter.
Yes. Do you want to tell us a story?
Yeah.
So, I'm friends with some hockey Twitter people from other fan bases, and one of them happens to be like a huge Formula One fan. And she posted something about somebody else from the Formula One community, a white lady that did something like racist. And I said, quote, "We need to start slapping white women." 3 days later, I got banned for a week.
So clearly what this tells me is like a white woman found it and like was very upset.
I am a white woman. I'm allowed to say that.
Right. Now, truth be told, this was kind of like my January 6th. I couldn't believe what happened. I mean, I was baffled. I was scrolling through Twitter. My heart broke. I cried a little bit. I didn't actually cry a little
You
bit.
grow up.
I actually showed up. I
You
showed up at the
cried.
Twitter headquarters and I handcuffed myself to the door and I refused to leave until they unbanned you. I'm
Yeah.
still there right now.
Yeah, you're wearing your adult diapers, right?
That's,
Actually,
that's
I was just
actually the
gonna
blackout.
I was gonna shit and fart all over the New York streets.
Good
Actually
idea.
doing it a favor. Islanders fans walk by and they like actually sign my shit to a 3-year contract.
I hate you so bad.
10 mil a year.
Today, we're going to talk about a little article by our good friend Scott Wheeler of The Athletic. He has written a think piece, or I imagine a lot of people will be calling it a stink piece, about the top NHL prospects under 23 years old. So he went through his criteria where they have to be under 23 years old, they can't be in the NHL, and they can either be signed to an NHL contract or selected in the entry draft without either of those rights having expired. So he goes through the list, and at first it's pretty standard. You know, you've got your Owen Power, Luke Hughes, like whatever. And then it starts to get a little weird around number 14. We've got Simon Edvinsson coming in.
I would
And
say it gets
I was
weirder
gonna say
earlier.
we should start.
You
we should
gotta-
start with Edvinson. Edvinson is, I looked it through and kind of went and looked at who was above him. He's number 6 as far as the defenseman on this list, which is astronomically terrible to me.
He's better than so many of the defensemen on this list
Yeah.
already. I'm looking at him right now. Like it's
Yeah.
brutal.
Can we talk about how the number 4 overall pick of this last draft is before everybody that was drafted before him?
No, my oh my god,
Okay,
yeah,
Shane Wright is pretty good.
I can hear
He's good, but he got drafted 4th, and everybody that was drafted
No, like
was after.
yeah.
like I can hear arguments
He
for
should
Jake
be
Sanderson.
lower on the list.
I can hear arguments for Jake
Dropped 3
Sanderson.
spots in the draft from your projected spot.
Yeah, you're talking about guys that are developed like a couple of years, not just the top 50 in the
Yeah.
draft class.
So I can hear arguments for like Jake Sanderson. I could hear it for Luke Hughes, but Simon Nemeth, he's fine. He's 18. He's, you know, got the raw talent, but to call him better than Edvinsson, I think is kind of silly. You've got guys like Cole Perfetti who are still somehow on this list. You've got Nick Robertson of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Of course, we had to have at least one Leafs prospect on there, has made this list.
How does this affect
Naturally.
the
For some reason, Jack Quinn of the Buffalo Sabres, who won the AHL Rookie of the Year with over 70 points in like 45 games, is number 34 on the list, behind Marco Rossi, who barely played last year. What I think really bothers me about like Wheeler's style of ranking prospects is if they're like, if they're European, they are automatically like given a black mark. If they are a 5'9" Canadian skater from Ontario, they are like God's gift to mankind.
Why you gotta dog me like that, man? Come
Look, I'm just calling it like I see it.
on.
There,
we have met, okay? I understand that I'm
Short King Spring. Oh wait, it's summer. Well, too bad, I guess. Yeah,
Okay.
Scott Wheeler definitely comes from the Don Cherry School of Hockey Journalism, where Europe
Yeah.
bad, Canada good.
Jonathan Berggren, 63 points in 70 AHL games. Not on the list at all. Atu
Yeah.
Rati, who was considered a top prospect, literally like a draft or two ago. 40 points in 41 Liga games, age 19. Unranked. Marco Kasper,
What?
who was just drafted. Unranked.
He went
Yeah.
8th overall, and he is like he had climbed up draft boards before the draft happened, like astronomical rise, but not on the list.
But you know who is? There's a guy, I'm going to try to find his name really quick. So Tom, if you want to cut me scrolling through, feel free because
No, leave
I need
it.
to-
Make it look awkward.
it's going to make it really uncomfortable. It's Lane Hudson. Lane Hudson was drafted this year.
Who?
He's
Who?
But yeah, first of
Yeah.
all, who? Second of all, this guy's got a really weird name. Lane
literally
Hudson.
drafted in almost the third round this year. 5'8", 158 pounds, ranked 46 out of 50 prospects. Over guys like Atu Rati, over guys like Jonathan Berggren, Albert Johansson, all these other names that are just somehow still not on there. Nick Robertson is on this list with 1 point in 10 NHL games. I don't know. This is some peak like Toronto nerd shit.
Yeah, I feel like if we could pinpoint other teams' prospects that were left off this list, it would feel a little bit better. But there is definitely some top prospects in other farm systems that got left completely off this list.
Absolutely. Yeah. This wasn't even like one of the more heinous athletic pieces this week because Dom L, our stats nerd, RAPM fanatic, or not, our GSVA fanatic, noted
poor man's Prashant Thayer. That's all I have to say about that.
Noted smug person on the internet. You know, honestly, I like Dom. I think he's nice. He's been very friendly and cordial to me on Twitter. Sometimes he gets himself in trouble because he's a bit of a Leafs homer, and that's okay.
That's all it takes to like suck up to you, right? You had defended Ohio like an episode or two ago, or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah.
And now you just get sucked up on Twitter, and then that's the end of the conversation.
Yeah, like
I like attention. It makes me feel good.
Having said
that's pretty much Jake in a nutshell.
Yeah. If you be nice to me, I will ignore any past crimes you've committed.
That's about right.
So he wrote an article using his model to predict the 10 worst contracts in the NHL. And on that list is actually a Red Wing. Ben Sherratt, who
my favorite Chariot.
The 10th worst contract for some reason. You know, I was reading the numbers and he's predicting that Sherratt ages poorly and that the deal looks bad, but he failed to consider a couple things. One, Ben Sherratt's got that dog in him. That alone should get him off this list. Two, the cap is going up every year over the next 4 years. It's going to make that deal look less and less bad if it does age poorly. Third, he's got good vibes. I'm sorry, I'll say it.
I have a fourth point.
Please.
Steve Yzerman.
Steve Yzerman. There. Woe be to the person that commends Steve Yzerman. Oh, speaking of Scott Wheeler, I forgot to mention this one. He also ranked the Wings draft after the first round, the 32nd of 32 teams. He said that the Wings had the worst draft.
I'm sorry, excuse me?
Yeah. This is also the guy who said Mo Seider at most would be either a second number 2 defenseman or like a second pairing guy. So I don't know.
Scott Wheeler, do people from the GTA deserve rights? Discuss.
Trade offer. I receive all your good players. You receive better coverage. Scott Wheeler, if you want to defend your takes, please come on to our podcast.
Scott Wheeler, if you want to defend your takes, swords at dawn.
Or be nice to me on Twitter, and then I will immediately forgive you.
That is really upsetting that it's that easy. I'm like, do you have Macomb County? You have too much Macomb in you.
I do. It's the Kid Rock in my blood.
Yeah, he don't got that dog in him. He got that fucking Macomb in him.
Like if he was across over in Oakland or something, he'd have a grudge for the rest of the fucking century.
You know what's funny?
It's an old Macomb, so that it's gone.
My dad.
He wears it on his sleeve. Oakland will just let it simmer for a year.
But the thing is,
yeah, just hate you silently and never do anything about it.
If you head down to, but the thing is, if you head down to, if you're an Oakland County resident and you head to Macomb, all of the Oakland County residents that I'm friends with, that means you, Tom, will go through like
I'm from there,
Macomb, and people are like, "Oh my God, this is Macomb. This is dangerous." And I'm like, no, dude, it's just white trash. It's white trash. Like in suburbs.
I was never like that when I was driving through Romeo. What are you talking about?
Wait, did I take you to Romeo?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, maybe just because my family's all from Macomb, and I would always go there for like family gatherings and stuff. But I was
I'm
Does
talking
someone
about
have,
friends
like-
from like Troy, Birmingham area. Like,
yeah, no,
Yeah.
no. They don't get opinions.
Yeah,
They- no.
that's also like Troy, Birmingham area.
Coffee grounds.
Yeah, they don't
One
know.
time, one time Dad said to me, he was like, "Oh, Birmingham, Royal Oak, that's the bougie area. That's where Stevie and Chris live. That's Drapes live. That's not my area." I was like, "Oh."
Yeah. I
so
was
That
gonna
would
say,
explain why you
Adrian and
played
I
down
were
river
out
in
in the
Woodhaven.
sticks.
I feel like I feel
we
like
were out in fucking literally.
Sticks.
I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like
What
McCarty's
direction?
got to be like a downriver king.
Yeah, you
yeah,
were at the
absolutely.
thing.
Well, yeah, we were at the Uncle Sam Jam. Adrian and I went and saw McCarty's band play at the Uncle Sam Jam.
Oh yeah.
But
How was that?
It was
amazing.
good. It was very much the kind of music you would expect from him in the best way possible.
Like, you know, the kind of rock where it's like, hell yeah, brother. Like that's
Hell yeah,
yeah.
brother, dad rock.
Yeah,
I think
Perfect. Okay.
that's the
Big
exact genre.
sunglasses, cut off like denim vest, cigarette, that
Yeah.
like, riding a big motorcycle.
Mhm.
So the
We gotta
stuff
shout
that
out
we
to
all
Steve,
still
too.
listen to.
So it's a cross between Five Finger Death Punch and the actual band Hell Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Yeah.
cool. That's it.
All right, I'm gonna turn my light back on. It's getting dark.
Are you scared of the dark? Are you
Yeah,
scared of the
Jake's a
dark?
little scared of the dark.
That seems a little racially motivated to me, but it's not.
I mean, to be fair, everybody north of like 10 Mile thinks that South Warren is you're going to be shot the second you
Yeah.
take 9 Mile. And that's the thing.
I see. I've
I
never.
mean,
had
it's
that
not
either.
great, but you're
Now,
fine.
listen,
You're
I've never
fine.
been that kind of white person because my parents grew up in Detroit, so it's like.
Okay, Albanian. I talked to Juliana about Albania the other day. She said hi, by the way.
I love her.
Hi, Juliana, if you're listening to this.
Hi, Juliana.
So I want to talk to you guys. The reason why I brought you guys on, first off, considering the fact that our podcast war is now over, a war that I didn't even know we were fighting, for that
Oh, we're
matter.
in a war.
Just
Yeah,
because we are
right?
in the same room does not mean it is over, okay?
Do you know,
Roman
like-
decides
Yeah.
the winner.
You know, like how the war on drugs is like a bunch of old dudes fighting against the drugs, and the drugs wound up winning. We are
Yeah.
the drugs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah, brother.
So
Hell yeah, brother.
I just wasn't paying attention enough on Twitter and we won.
Tom, you need to be
That's what
online like
happened.
18 hours a day, like the rest of us.
Yeah.
This is why I'm not,
good job.
because I can't.
Yeah, I legitimately cannot deal with Twitter that much. Jake, all hats to you.
Adrian and I are
Yeah,
just brave soldiers.
No, it's
Yeah.
your undiagnosed and my diagnosed ADHD. That's what it is.
Yeah, Twitter is just too much of a cesspool for me.
So I want to ask you guys a little bit about, first off, how you guys got started.
Okay, so I am unhinged online. That's pretty much what I'm known for.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
And Sean followed me and we kind of interacted a couple times, but it was like nothing major until he had changed his icon to a Vipers logo. And I hadn't seen a Vipers logo in probably like 15 years. And I was like, oh my God, no way. So I followed him back and we talked a little bit. And then we like sort of interacted more. And then he DM'd me and he was like, I was thinking about doing a podcast about like wings that people forgot about, like players, whatever. Would you want to be a part of it? And I was like, fuck yeah. Not really thinking it. I like people suggest things like that all the time. I was like, if it happens, it happens, but it probably won't. And then it just kind of got into it. Like it just one day we were like, let's do a test recording. I was like, oh, we're really doing this. Okay, cool. And then it turned out to be an hour and 45 minutes long. And just been kind of rocking since then.
So you guys cover a lot of like Detroit hockey history or like history in Michigan hockey. Yeah. You did like an Alaska episode recently, didn't
Yeah.
you?
Mhm.
So how did you get about doing Alaska?
So that's actually the fun one. I took a break from Twitter because everyone should at least once
It's a
or
hellhole.
several times.
Voluntary or involuntary?
Yeah. I took a break. I ended up deleting my original account. Well, whatever you want to call it, the Stray Adult account. Still love that name, but hey. And during that time, I was kind of in and out, thinking of like what to do, and I randomly got on HockeyDB. Just started looking at stuff because that's kind of where I get everything.
HockeyDB for all of our research needs.
Yes.
Them Hockey Reference, Cap Friendly, just
Mhm.
everybody.
Elite prospects.
Yeah, elite
Oh my God.
prospects. Yeah,
Seriously, the best resources. Like if you're looking for any kind of
Yeah.
research, best.
yeah. But I just went to the Aces because I love their logo. It's fabulous. It's a
He's a
fantastic
big logo
logo.
nerd.
Yeah, I blame Chris Creamer for that.
Oh, really?
I really do. Yeah. And I just decided to look him up, and then I really got into it, and that became the episode. I wasn't done with the actual show notes when we recorded that.
Mhm.
So yeah, Rod Stewart's son played hockey for a little while. He was in the EIHL in Britain at last time I found any information
Oh,
on it.
I'm sorry. This is a no British person zone.
British-
We're not allowed to talk about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. I'm sorry.
It's
But,
the terms of our contract. Sorry. The IRA helped to fund
Yeah.
us.
Fuck yeah, baby.
Also, that's Ireland, but anyway.
Yeah.
So-
The IRA funded them, so they're not allowed
Yeah.
to talk about England.
Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay, good. We're good. Inter.
Do not put us on a watch list.
Yeah, I was gonna say, be careful. Jake's Irish. He might hop into an Irish Jake here.
Yeah.
But yeah,
let's not go there with the Rebel Army stuff.
But yeah, I think it was Dean Chelios. Yeah, he played for them for a little while, so on and so forth. A lot of people from Shelby, downriver, Muskegon, Saginaw. So I'm like, oh, sweet, and it just went from that.
Yeah, he found the Michigan connection, and he told me about it. And I was like, I have one of my oldest friends, the one that kept me like apprised of hockey when I was not a fan in like my lost years. I was like, she's from Alaska. She still lives there. We could have her on and like highlight some small local markets that are keeping the sport alive, which would be ideal for growing it, I would say. So
Yeah, it's up to you guys or the Arizona Coyotes fan.
Yeah,
Don't go there.
single
Oh yeah,
fan.
Adri's got for those unaware, Adri's got some long-standing beef with the Arizona Coyotes franchise and all 8 of their fans.
they have beef with me. Okay.
Yeah, it's more of a one-sided beef.
It's all right. I have bad opinions on their logo and the Sabres, but I'll
Yeah,
leave that alone.
listen. I playfully poke fun, and they take it too seriously. Get thicker skin.
I like the guy.
You're from the desert. It should be leathery and thick already.
I like the guy who showed up.
Scaly
And he's like,
bastard.
the guy who's like, I used to play hockey, 8 hours a week since I was 3, so I know a thing or two about the game. I should have gone in and said, yeah, well, I played since I was an embryo, 16 hours a day. My dad is Steve Yzerman.
He was like, I guarantee you, I know I've been around the sport longer than you. I posted a picture of me at the 97 Cup Parade. I guarantee you haven't been around the sport longer than I have. I guarantee you have not.
Right? How do you keep track? Because they were in Phoenix and then Sunrise, and now they're wherever the hell Arizona State is.
Well, first they were in Winnipeg, then they went down to Phoenix, then
That's right.
Sunrise, and now they're in Tempe. Which, by the way, Tempe, Scottsdale, Phoenix, it's all the size of like downtown Detroit. It's tiny.
Yeah.
You ever been
Phoenix is pretty.
Yeah.
Phoenix is pretty small.
I don't think I've ever had really a reason to visit Arizona. Like, no offense
No one
to
has.
anybody
No
that
one.
The only reason I've been there is because my cousin lives there, and I went to go see her.
is the Grand Canyon there.
Yeah, it's up
Okay,
there.
so
Yeah.
I have been there.
It's in
but
the
like,
northern half of
that's it.
Arizona.
The Grand Canyon is like in 4 different states, 3 or 4 different
I was
states.
gonna say, isn't it in the Four Corners in some respects?
Yeah,
It's in the the northwest area of Arizona.
yeah.
So I've got to ask, who is the most handsome Red Wing on the roster right now? I already know Adri's answer.
Do you? Because I don't.
I think his name rhymes with Makeup Marana.
Yeah, but he,
I do have my answer, so
yeah.
Oh, yes.
I'll let Audrey think a little longer. I like Ned's new hair, so
He
it's
looks,
still
like, he
Ned.
looks like a second grader.
I mean, okay,
I froed up.
I get it. I get it.
Not in a bad
I
way.
like-
He looks so cute. But he looks
I-
he looks so young with a short like that.
I did
Yeah, he
see
does.
Maddie complaining about the haircut on Twitter a couple days
Oh,
ago.
boy.
Yeah, Bert
She
and
was pretty
Ned
upset.
cut their hair within like a week of each other.
Yeah.
I didn't know Bert cut his hair.
Yeah,
you
which
He got a
one?
dad cut.
Obviously not listening.
Yes, I
We talked
just
about
at warehouse.
Okay, so I think it's for me. I have like a top tier. I don't
Adam
know.
Ernie.
You mean the love child of what's his name? Nick Swartzen?
No.
Am I wrong?
That's a great comparison though.
Okay, so that's not your final answer.
No, my top tier is like Babs, Rana. I would say Jake Wallman, even though he looks like my brother, he's pretty good looking.
Oh,
Like
boy.
my brother's a good-looking guy, but I wouldn't be like, oh my god, Jake Woolman's so hot. Like,
I mean, it's true.
Sorry, I know this
Yeah.
is a kink-friendly podcast, but I don't know
Yeah,
how I
you
feel
know-
about
yeah.
incest. That's kind
well,
of...
shut up, Romeo.
Incest is
Let's
a-
go.
Nice. Come on now. Talk
There
to
are
the man.
lines
He's
to the
nice.
King
I'm
Friendly
not.
podcast.
This podcast is not Southern-friendly
Neither is hockey. so-
or British.
Ooh, yikes.
Hey.
Okay. I think my top
True.
tier is like Jake Wellman, Vrana, Fabry, and one of the newer guys that came in was really good looking. I can't remember which one it
David
was.
Perron.
I think it was Prawn that I
Yeah.
thought was good looking.
I'm noticing you have a like recurring trend of like dudes with big hairy chests.
I do have a thing for
Yeah.
I am Eastern European. Like, come on.
No, that's true. They need if they
All
got the
the
gold
taco
chain,
meat.
boom.
Dude, that my toxic trait is a gold chain will make me go, oh damn. Like, every time. Gold chain and a big nose. I'm like, oh fuck.
Who do you think has the best vibes on the roster right now, and who do you think has the most rancid vibes?
Oh, absolutely best vibes is the babies.
Yeah.
Mo, Luke,
Yeah.
Joe. Absolutely best vibes. Rancid.
My personal pick, probably Adam Ernie.
Yeah.
Like the NFT thing did it for me. Him favoriting
Yeah.
the tweet when I said he was going to regress and then scoring 2 goals, that did it for me.
No, that was funny. That was like that was
It
good.
It was
Yeah,
funny,
Jake,
but
I think you're the only one that's.
I
mad
was
about
really
it.
hoping like
Right.
the thing is I was really hoping that like he could keep it up so he could continue to own me online, but like
yeah, me
then he
too.
fell off like really hard and then got into NFTs, which made it worse. Anyway,
Okay,
we
I
spent
can
too much
understand.
time talking about pyramid schemes on this podcast. Sean,
Why do we
best and worst
always-
vibes.
Best and worst vibes. Go.
All right. It's always gonna be cider. Like it's
I
gonna be
mean-
cider and cider. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
All right, work with me here. And I was trying to remember who it was between Sherrod and Perron. It's Perron. Perron sucks.
Oh, right.
I'm
He was
sorry.
the guy who tried to hurt Kadri, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
And he like
Yeah.
went after
Yeah.
Cider at one point. I remember that.
Yeah, I was trying to remember between Sherrod and Perron because one's
Who else?
blue and then Sherrod was on the Panthers. So yeah,
Who
it's
else has
Perron.
some like of the new guys that has like some vibes. It's Cop.
Well, I mean, last name Officer, you know.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
why?
But then you got
No,
Luke
he
Prokop,
sounds
so
like-
come on.
Follows like Fox News and shit.
All right, how good of a player does somebody have to be where you can start ignoring what they do in their personal life?
It'll absolutely never
Oh.
happen.
Not necessarily like an
Oh.
Austin Matthews, Patrick Kane level of like scumbag, but like let's say dude is like really into like Fox News,
It'll
but-
always taint
but
it.
he's a
for-
100-point player.
it'll always taint it. For
Ah,
me.
yeah, I'm fine
no,
with that.
it'll always have an asterisk just up in that corner because Fox News leads to Newsmax, leads to OANN. Just leave it
Yeah.
alone.
You know what this leads to? This listening to this podcast leads to? The psych ward.
Also true. Yeah.
That's a fucking dad joke.
Yeah.
Listening to this podcast leads you to either the psych ward or you wind up coming out. So if you're straight and you are neurotypical and you're listening to this, I have some news for you.
Congratulations.
Anyway, let's see. What other questions do I want to ask?
I blame Jake's beard for that joke. Like, geez.
What
Come
is
on.
the
Childhood dad jokes.
what is the
Yeah.
best Iserman deal that he's made, and what is the worst deal he's made so far?
The best has to be getting Ned for a fart from Jonathan Bernier. Actually, that tied with Vrana for Mantha. That was
I do love that
Yeah.
Mantha trade.
Yeah, because it was
Oh
just
my
Mantha,
God.
right?
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
just Mantha, and we got Ponic, Vrana, and 2 picks.
Yeah.
We
So
sent
what has
the-
Mantha done? He got
the-
injured and hasn't done shit for them.
I think we sent like a conditional fourth or something, but something so negligible it didn't even fucking matter. Yeah.
No, that was for
Um,
Ned that we sent a conditional fourth.
I thought
Yeah, it
that
was Bernier's rights in the 4th round.
I thought there
Mm,
was
there's a third.
like
It was a
small
third.
pick. Yeah.
Yeah, 3rd.
Yeah. And we did the same 3rd-round pick deal for Huso, who might wind up panning out to be as good or better than Nedeljkovic or Ned.
Yeah. Unequivocally worst deal was getting rid of my husband.
Which one is your? Oh, yeah. That wasn't really a deal, but
Which part of this polygamy like tent is?
I'm trying to keep an eye on like the polycule. Like,
No, he's the only one that I was like genuinely like, I think I have a shot with him.
I think you still do. Unfortunately,
No,
you might have to become Florida man as a result.
Absolutely never ever.
hey, good trade, good trade off.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because like Stetcher keeps moving south for some reason. I don't understand. Like he's gonna be in
Right,
Mexico
no.
by the end of the year. And Mexico landed in
Never get
Florida.
the respect he deserves.
Like I love Stetcher, I do, but like he went to LA and then he went to fucking Arizona.
He went from Vancouver to Detroit to yeah, his career is just
Yeah,
going
he
south.
is just keeping
Just
going
going
south.
south.
I would say
it-
my
Pun,
oh,
not,
go ahead.
pun unintended.
Yeah, really. I'll go ahead and say I really, really appreciate the Bernier for Nedeljkovic's trade. That one, unreal. Honestly, I shit my pants. Like,
I was so sad to lose Bernie, but the
Yeah.
second we like I saw him,
yeah,
oh fuck yeah, dog.
the worst would probably be Letty to me. Just the whole logistics of we got him and he's might do a thing. He was on the Islanders. He went to the conference finals. And
See, the one that worries me is with that deal, he wound up getting traded for the second round pick that became Atu Rati, who now has 40 points in 41 games in the or in the Finnish Liga. He's going to be amazing, and I'm going to feel like that sense of like it's like watching an ex succeed, where you're happy for them, but you're also like,
I've never been happy for my ex's success.
right.
yeah, but it's like
Yeah.
if that X was just a mystery box that happened to succeed.
But can you
That's what a
imagine-
draft pick is.
But that X could have been that mystery box could have been our mystery box.
Yeah,
What's the
but
horn?
But we
Door
did
number
get-
two.
We did
necessarily
get
taking him.
Sundqvist and Wallman
Mhm.
and a second rounder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it was
Chris,
like
I-
leaving him to the Blues was fine. It was just the initial
Oh,
Islander.
The Brendan Perlini deal sucked too. That one I didn't like. They traded Alec Regula, which is a 21-year-old prospect, 20-year-old prospect. I don't know, one of those, like for Alec Regula to the Blackhawks.
Yeah, I think that's the one that kind of sticks out in my mind. But of all the trades, there's not too many that are like, this
You don't
was
miss.
awful.
You don't
Yeah.
really
It's
miss.
definitely recency bias. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, I've seen like Perlini trade be like mentioned in the. I am not too sure about that one worth a fuck.
Do you think that the Wings fan base is going to become one of the most annoying fan bases when the Wings start to contend?
Absolutely.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think so, too. I'll lead the charge.
I will be right there next to you.
I was
Two
going to
words.
say
Audrey
313 is leading
Mads.
it. Adrian
Two
Mads.
words. Audrey and Mads. That's it.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
I'm going
They're just
to-
annoying as shit.
I want to give the hockey world brain rot from how insane and annoying we're going to be.
Dude, me and Izzy are already spreading the gospel of the Red Wings narrative. Come on now.
Now, would you like to take some time here to spread a little bit of the narrative to our loyal followers who may not know?
Oh, time is a flat circle and not all leads to the Red Wings, as he likes to say.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, everything about this team and this organization is like, it's symbolism wrapped in metaphors, wrapped in narratives. It's unreal. If you look even like slightly into it, you're like, oh my God, everything's connected.
Yeah, that's why I just dive into rabbit holes.
That's-
Everything's connected.
Sean is our lore king. He will get into like the nitty gritty, like, oh my God, these stats match this. We are
I will
strict-
find a reason for some
Yeah.
like Antarctic team somehow existing and being connected to Michigan.
Oh yeah.
we're a no stats community here and or no advanced stats. We just like vibes here.
No.
But
No.
if the stats prove the narrative in favor of the Wings or any of the narratives we're trying to portray, stats are okay.
That's
And they're-
literally our Steve Eiserman, Joe Sakic episode was my episode. I did the research for it, and I was like, these stats only matter because it proves that Stevie was better and just got less respect.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much.
I do have an announcement to make real quick. Detroit Red Wings have announced Jake's laugh from the Detroit draft party is now their goal horn.
Yes.
So enjoy.
There we go. There we go.
Eat your heart out, 3D printed cup guy.
In Sports Gym in the Heinz ketchup bottle, he is now the mascot. He's
Yeah.
splitting time between Al
Chup
and,
God.
and yeah.
Dude,
Tom,
we
have you
rename,
ever-
we rename the Octopus Gym.
Tom, do you know who Sports Gym is?
No.
Can
I'm
we
not
tell
on
you?
Twitter
I
enough
need
for
to tell
this.
you a little bit about this guy.
Okay.
He is like a Detroit cryptid to me.
Oh yeah.
He shows up at every single sporting event in the nicest, most unique jersey you'd ever see. Whether it's like the teal Pistons jersey, the like U of M like striped like bumblebee jersey, you name it. He's always got a keychain with a little pen on it in one hand and a bottle of ketchup on the other. And he will put ketchup on anything.
He's
I
the
mean-
Chuck God.
I mean, any food, you name it, he eats it. He's the
Yeah.
Chuck God.
Okay.
He showed up to the draft party in a full ketchup costume. He's all around one of the coolest people I've ever met and the most
Yeah,
unique
he's so
people.
nice, bro. Every time I see him, he's like, "You want to hit?" I'm like, "I'm driving, dog. I can't, but thank you."
He's chaotic good.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's a perfect
Yeah,
way to
good.
describe it.
Okay.
He's like-
Chaotic good.
You guys remember like the goat man in Detroit?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy he gives off. Like just
Okay.
shows up and you're like, oh shit, hey.
Yeah, and he's so cool. He's so nice.
Anyway,
Scares me a little bit, but you know.
Audrey won fan of the year from Jim.
Oh yeah.
he is fan of the year. He deserves it.
No, he.
No, Audrey did.
Sports
Oh, you won
Because-
fan of the. Oh, he gave you fan
Yeah.
of the year.
Yeah.
He
That's
does.
pretty
Podcast
great.
thing was a problem.
I know that.
I was the Red Wings fan of the year this year.
Anyway, go ahead, Jake. Sorry.
Who do you think in the NHL right now is the most overrated player?
Patrick Kane.
Well, yeah, he sucks.
Okay.
But people
Except
still
Patrick
fucking get
Kane.
it, so-
Besides Patrick Kane.
Okay.
Besides Patrick Kane.
Trevor Zegras.
Oh, break it down for me, Sean. Come on, let's hear it.
Okay. I don't actually give a shit. I really don't. But like, he didn't wear himself out in everybody's mind. The NHL wore him out in everybody's mind. For
Yeah.
fuck's sake. Like, come on.
Even during the NHL awards when they were getting ready to announce the Calder, they were showing all kinds of Zegras highlights. It's like, come on, bro.
I just got fatigue watching all the highlight goals. The same highlight goal over and over and over and over and over.
Cool.
I'm sure he's going to be a great player, and I'm
They didn't
excited to
even-
see how he evolves. But I don't need to see the same goal every week.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they didn't even suck Andrei Svechnikov's dick as much when he actually had that goal. He did that in the NHL first.
Well, it's because he is not Russian. He's a white American guy who is in California, so they're trying to get that West Coast vibe. He's got the flow. He's handsome, so the young girls love him.
It's because there's.
I don't think he's handsome. He's like Zoomer handsome, but like
He looks like a frat dude that has witnessed date rape and didn't say anything.
would you trust yourself in
Yeah.
a room alone with Trevor Zegras?
Absolutely not.
No.
I
Absolutely.
will make some faces at that.
Sean has like this constant look of a concerned parent. Like he always looks like he's just a little bit worried that Adri's going to say something too much or take something too far. So he's like,
I speak with my face, and the light above my head makes me look bald, so it really doesn't help.
Tom,
yeah.
Do you have any questions you'd like to ask them?
Yeah, I had a couple. Did you guys see that Datsuk was retiring?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite memory from Datsuk?
Damn.
I know it's gonna be a
There's
hard
so many-
choice.
Probably when he dropped him and won that fight.
Okay.
Was it Shea Weber where he like knocked him on
Yeah.
his ass? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean,
boy.
for a guy that's known for his finesse and never getting into shit like that, good for him.
Yeah.
And fuck Shea Weber.
It's on the tip of my tongue. I don't remember who he basically deked it out of their fucking skates on
Oh,
their
Logan
birthday.
Couture.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen that so many damn times. I'm just like, oh, my dude, you are no longer playing in the NHL. I don't care if you're on the roster, you're not actually playing.
Deked him out of his soul.
Yeah.
And then the
Oh.
other question I had for you guys, what are you kind of looking for the reverse retro jerseys?
I want the barber poles, and I want the reverse barber poles.
Okay.
But you got a
I was told by somebody that works within the organization. I wasn't given any specific details, but they told me that the jersey would involve the color black to some extent.
So
Okay.
I'll take it. I have a practice Shanahan, so that's right up my alley.
Interesting.
I want reverse barber pole. I want reverse barber pole bad. I feel like Larkin's name on a reverse barber pole would go so fucking hard. But with the black, I don't know. I'm
I hope it isn't like those black jerseys that they had, like, was that Larkin's rookie season, second year? You know which one I'm talking about? Or were those just like,
yeah, it was like the blackout jerseys.
yeah.
Yeah.
those are
those ones
okay.
weren't. Yeah, they weren't.
You're gonna
bad.
get a camo jersey and you're gonna like it.
I will fucking burn your house down.
I will take some variation of a black jersey with the white and red trim, but the logo from the 30s. So just that old D, not the old English D, but the old D that they used to have way back when.
Is that the
Okay.
Cougars when they were the Cougars?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what would be
Okay.
fucking
The Detroit
fire?
Adrian 20 years.
Oh, yeah, baby. You know what would be really sick is if the black that is rumored to be on there was like tire marks.
Yeah.
That would be
Mhm.
sick.
That'd be pretty.
Yeah.
I would be into that.
Do you know what I want? I want Fat Wheel to come back. You know, the one with the
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
big wheel and
Oh.
the tiny wing.
Yeah, but if they do that, yes. If they do that, that they have to skate out like for introductions at the home opener to Fat Bottom Girls.
Fatter. I want the wing to be fatter.
Oh, the fatter one.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one where
Yeah.
the wing is so tiny, you're like, how does it support it?
Yeah, it's like
Like
the
a
40s until the 70s or something. Or no,
Okay.
like the 30s until like 49.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that one's like the 36.
I think that was just before they changed.
Yeah.
it. Yeah. One last time.
It's gone through a few iterations, but it's all pretty much the same.
Yeah.
There it is. It actually just
Honestly-
pulled up with Sean's Medium article he wrote on it.
I forgot I wrote that.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Too
yeah.
white, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
I
mean-
a podcast. Ayo.
Ah,
'Cause
Why you gotta insult me like no?
to pick your guys' brain on it, I was kind of thinking about it a little bit earlier. I don't know how far back into the Red Wings history you guys remember. Before they came to Detroit, they were in Victoria, Canada, as the
Mhm.
Victoria Cougars. I was wondering if you guys would be interested in something like that, where they would go that far back.
You know what, I would, because we have had like this essentially the same
Oh, yeah.
uniforms for like
Yeah.
80 years.
Yeah,
If we went back that far, that would be cool. Like the Leafs did the Toronto St. Pat's.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was going to say, because they did
Yeah.
that, and it
Yeah.
would be pretty interesting. Because we're
Yeah,
talking
like-
about like teams before the NHL was the NHL.
Yeah.
Like NHA. Yeah. NHA.
a Vipers
NHL
jersey.
thing. That
Yeah,
too.
that was IHL.
Yeah. If they have IHL rights, because I think what copyrights last 27 years after something goes out of
Unless you're
business.
Yeah,
But like,
Yeah.
Chris Illich is a fucking billionaire. Just buy the rights.
Just buy
It
the
would be
rights.
So cool.
I would 100% love a Vipers jersey. Chris Illich, if you're listening to this, I know you are. Get the Vipers jersey.
Like it was the Palace Sports and Entertainment, which folded or whatever it was. I don't remember offhand.
That was our first episode. Is
Just-
what
yeah. Just find the right, like it's probably in the patent office, just like sitting there with dust all over it. It's not even or computerized yet. It's just a piece of
Yeah.
paper.
It's
yeah.
But yeah, the Victoria would definitely be nice. I unfortunately have the poor opinion. I don't like the straight white and red with the Detroit going
you don't like
across.
the Darren Pole, so we're
I
fighting.
actually don't. I'm sorry. So I just canceled our podcast on another podcast. I'm sorry.
Rowan's really gonna cancel it because he loves like 4 of them.
It's mostly I don't know how, but to my eyes, the wording and then the stripes my eyes hate it. I'm sorry. Like it really hates reading it.
I think it's a hard jersey to pull off if you're going to do the barber pole.
If they do a reverse barber pole, it will probably look like a candy cane, but I don't like it.
I would like it if my eyes didn't hate me. So
It makes me think of Proby. That's probably why I like it so much.
Okay, I'll take that.
that's fair. I'll take
That's
that.
pretty
Okay.
good one. I'm assuming, Tom, do you have any other questions?
No, I think that was about it.
Well, I think we are about ready to wrap up. Sean, Adri, if you guys want to plug your info.
So I don't know when this is coming out, but I will not be unbanned on Twitter until Friday. Until I'm back, I'm Adri _unsung on Twitter. We have the Unsung Octopi pod all one word, on Twitter.
I'm Sean_unsung, SEAN, not SHAWN. Fuck out of here. And we do have the website, unsungoctopipodcast.com, that will have everything you need.
And if you guys want to send us anything dumb or answer questions on our mailbag or have us cover anything, feel free to reach out to us at 313hockey on Twitter or email us at 313hockeypod@gmail.com. With that being said, it has been a wonderful time hanging out with you guys. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you guys.
From our side of the rink to yours, we hope you have a wonderful day, and we can't wait to hear you next week.